Hey guys, welcome back to another healthy lifestyle supports channel video. If you enjoy our content, please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Did you already drink coffee this morning? Of course, many people drink coffee for an energy boost. But coffee does more than boost your energy. A few daily cups of coffee may also lower your risk of type 2 diabetes and depression, support weight management, and help you live a longer life. Just keep in mind that experts recommend limiting caffeine. If you're pregnant or nursing, did you know that worldwide, experts estimate that people consume around 2.5 billion cups of coffee per day? Researchers have looked at the benefits of drinking coffee for conditions such as diabetes, cardiovascular disease, inflammatory bowel disease, and liver disease. There is evidence to support some, but not all, of these claims. Some experts suggest that these and other ingredients in coffee can benefit the human body in various ways. In today's video, we will talk an in-depth look at 11 of the top evidence-based benefits of coffee and some adverse effects to be considered for all of you. Number 1. Coffee nutrition facts. How much caffeine is in coffee? And what else is in your cup? Based on the U.S. Department of Agriculture (USDA), coffee contains a number of valuable nutrients, including riboflavin, vitamin B2, niacin, vitamin B3, magnesium, potassium, and various phenolic compounds, or antioxidants. Given the many variations of coffee, different types have different nutritional profiles. As far as regular, plain coffee goes, here's what you can expect from 1 cup of black coffee with no cream or sugar added. 240 grams provides energy by 2.4 calories, or 0% of the daily recommended value. Carbohydrates, 0 gram. Fat, 0 gram. Protein, 0.3 grams, or 1% of the daily recommended value. Riboflavin, vitamin B2, 0.2 milligram, or 15% of the daily recommended value. Niacin, vitamin B3, 0.5 milligram, or 3% of the daily recommended value. Folate, 4.7 micrograms, or 1% daily recommended value. Calcium, 4.7 milligrams, or 0% of the daily recommended value. Magnesium, 7.1 milligrams, or 2% of the daily recommended value. Potassium, 116 milligrams, or 2% of the daily recommended value. Manganese, 0.1 milligram, or 4% of the daily recommended value. Caffeine, 94.8 milligrams, and water, 236 grams. Actually, black coffee is nearly calorie-free, with a minimal amount of protein and no carbs or fat. Coffee contains a small amount of vitamins and minerals like potassium, magnesium, phosphorus, manganese, folate, and choline. Number 2. Promotes weight loss. Caffeine has long been associated with reduced weight, with scientific studies backing it up. A 2019 meta-analysis and review examined the impact caffeine has on weight loss, and found that caffeine intake can promote weight loss and a decrease in body mass index (BMI) and body fat. An analysis of studies indicates, however, that a dose of 3 mg per kilogram of caffeine before a workout, that's more than 2 cups of coffee for a person who weighs 150 pounds, or 68 kilograms, is needed to have any effect on increased fat loss during exercise. Furthermore, this effect was seen most in people who had not previously exercised. So it's certainly not a universal benefit, nor is it a significant one. Number 3. Lower risks of type 2 diabetes. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition determined that participants who consumed 4 or more cups of coffee per day saw a 30% reduction in risk of type 2 diabetes. The large study found daily coffee consumption can have a significant impact on chronic conditions. Interestingly, decaffeinated and caffeinated coffee had similar effects. In fact, one review of 30 studies found that each cup of coffee people consumed per day was linked to a 6% lower risk of developing type 2 diabetes. This is thought to be due to coffee's ability to preserve the function of the beta cells in your pancreas, which are responsible for producing insulin to regulate blood sugar levels. Plus, it's rich in antioxidants and may affect insulin sensitivity, inflammation, and metabolism, all of which are involved in the development of type 2 diabetes. Number 4. Coffee may reduces risks of heart failure. The American Heart Association published a systematic review in 2012 which showed that the moderate daily consumption of coffee, about 4 servings, had a positive effect on reducing the risk of heart failure. In fact, one review found that drinking 3 to 5 cups of coffee per day was tied to a 15% reduced risk of heart disease. Another review of 21 studies showed that drinking 3 to 4 cups of coffee daily was associated with a 21% lower risk of stroke. What's more, one study of more than 21,000 people also found that increased coffee intake was associated with a significantly decreased risk of heart failure. However, keep in mind that caffeine could affect blood pressure levels. Therefore, people with unmanaged blood pressure may need to limit or moderate their caffeine intake. Number 5. Coffee may improve brain health. Although studies have turned up mixed results, some research suggests that coffee may help protect against certain neurodegenerative disorders, including Alzheimer's disease and Parkinson's disease. According to one review of 13 studies, people who regularly consumed caffeine had a significantly lower risk of developing Parkinson's disease. What's more, caffeine consumption also slowed the progression of Parkinson's disease over time. Another review of 11 observational studies in more than 29,000 people also found that the more coffee people consumed, the lower their risk of Alzheimer's disease. Additionally, several studies have demonstrated that moderate coffee consumption could be associated with a lower risk of dementia and cognitive decline. Number 6. Coffee can boost energy function. Coffee contains caffeine, a central nervous system stimulant that is known for its ability to fight fatigue and increase energy levels. This is because caffeine blocks the receptors of a neurotransmitter called adenosine, and this increases levels of other neurotransmitters in your brain that regulate your energy levels, including dopamine. One small study found that consuming caffeine increased time to exhaustion during a cycling exercise by 12% and significantly reduced subjective levels of fatigue in participants. Another study had similar findings, reporting that consuming caffeine before and during a round of golf improved performance, increased subjective energy levels, and reduced feelings of fatigue. Number 7. Coffee may help prevent liver disease. A large cohort study, published in 2006, established the impact coffee can have on liver health, and found that caffeine helps protect the liver against cirrhosis. The protection also increases with intake volume, with 4 cups of coffee or more providing added help. For instance, one study found that drinking more than 2 cups of coffee per day was linked to lower rates of liver scarring and liver cancer in people with liver disease. Another recent study found that coffee consumption was associated with decreased liver stiffness, which is a measure healthcare professionals use to assess fibrosis, the formation of scar tissue in the liver. More recent research, published in 2021, showed that coffee, even decaf, may help prevent chronic liver disease which can lead to cirrhosis. Number 8. Coffee can link to a lower risk of depression. Several studies have found that coffee could be linked to a lower risk of depression, and may even be linked to a lower risk of death by suicide. Some studies have found that drinking coffee could be associated with a lower risk of depression. According to one review of 7 studies, each cup of coffee people consumed per day was linked to an 8% lower risk of depression. Another study found that drinking at least 4 cups of coffee each day was associated with a significantly lower risk of depression, compared with drinking just 1 cup per day. What's more, one study of more than 200,000 people showed that drinking coffee was linked to a lower risk of death by suicide. Number 9. Coffee may increase longevity. Some research suggests that coffee could help extend longevity, thanks to its multitude of potential health benefits. For example, one review of 40 studies concluded that drinking 2 to 4 cups of coffee daily was associated with a lower risk of death, regardless of factors like age, weight status, and alcohol consumption. Similarly, another study of 1,567 people found that drinking caffeinated coffee was linked to a lower risk of death after 12 and 18 years of follow-up. Furthermore, drinking at least 1 cup of coffee per day was also associated with a lower risk of death from cancer. Interestingly, one test tube study showed that coffee was able to significantly extend the lifespan of yeast by protecting against free radicals and DNA damage. However, more research is needed to determine whether this could also apply to humans. Number 10. Coffee may enhance athletic performance. Coffee is often used as an ergogenic aid by athletes looking to improve performance and increase energy levels. An ergogenic aid is also called a performance enhancer. One review of 9 studies reported that drinking coffee before exercise improved people's endurance and decreased their perceived exertion compared with a control group. Another study in 126 older adults found that drinking coffee was associated with improved physical performance and faster gait speed, even after the researchers adjusted for factors like age, belly fat, and physical activity levels. Additionally, a large review reported that moderate caffeine consumption could slightly improve power output and trial completion time. However, results varied. So the researchers also noted that caffeine may affect people differently. Now, here is the last benefit of drinking coffee. Number 11. Coffee help fight cancer. According to a 2017 review of studies published in the British Medical Journal, coffee consumption was associated more with health benefits than harm. Roasted coffee is a complex mixture of over 1,000 bioactive compounds, some of which have potential therapeutic antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, and anti-cancer effects. Among their findings, the researchers determined that drinking 3 to 4 cups of coffee per day lowered the overall incidence of cancer by 18%, most specifically prostate cancer, endometrial cancer, melanoma, oral cancer, leukemia, non-melanoma skin cancer, and liver cancer. However, everyone should consider the adverse effects. Of course, coffee is a popular beverage that researchers have studied extensively for its many health benefits, including its ability to increase energy levels, promote weight management, enhance athletic performance, and protect against chronic disease. But keep in mind that some people may need to limit their intake, including people who are pregnant or breastfeeding, children and adolescents, and people with certain health conditions. Still, drinking coffee in moderation, about 3 to 4 cups per day, has been associated with several health benefits and is generally considered safe for most adults. Well, that's all now. Do you find this video content interesting? Please tell us in the comment section below. If you're enjoying our content, please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel at the button and ring the notification bell if you want to see more content like this. Thanks for watching this video from the beginning to the end. Don't forget our slogan, health is wealth, keep this treasure safe.